Today we got a pretty cool video going on. We got a brand new animal and we're gonna talk about some positive stuff. So, cue the intro. And this enclosure is a brand new animal. Now I really wish I could get it out and show it to you, but unfortunately I can't really handle it right now. This will make a lot more sense when you know what it is. It's a tokay gecko. But it's not just any tokay gecko. This is a captive bred tokay gecko that is already quite famous on YouTube. And that's because the breeder who produced this baby is also pretty famous on YouTube. I'm talking of course about my good friend and my boss because I edit his videos, Dion from Reptiliatus. Dion has been making videos online about animals for years now, if it's not a decade. And he's really one of the best sources of information out there for so many animals that not a lot of people keep, including Shinosaurus crocodilius, which is one of my favorite lizards of all time. But we're not here to talk about Shinosaurus crocodilius today. We're here to talk about gecko. So, why don't we start with a little bit of background information about the project that is the tokay geckos, the parents, and all that stuff by the breeder himself, Dion. Take it away, buddy.
What's up everybody, my name is Dion and you may or may not know me from Reptiliatus channel. I want to take a moment to sincerely thank Matt for having me on here and thank him so much for the work he does for me. It's very much appreciated and we got a good thing going I'm excited about going forward. So today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Tiki and Torch, my pair of tokay geckos. They are wonderful animals. Some of you may or may not know I've had Tiki for a very long time. I think it was like 2014 or so. I've had him in my care since he was a week old. I purchased him from a friend who had just produced him. He had just hatched. He was tiny on my pinky finger. And then I got Torch from a couple that was moving and couldn't keep her anymore when I lived out in Vancouver, Canada. And I've had both animals for quite some time. They've been breeding well, etc. And I love the opportunity to make videos about these animals and how tokays are really stigmatized to be these vicious, awful animals. And yes, while they can be defensive, they make wonderful captives, really cool pet reptiles. And you can really tame them down to be handleable, or at the very least hop around onto your hands or interact with you for food. So I think they're cool animals and I'm really excited that Matt wants to keep one of my tokay babies. I'm sure he's gonna do fantastic with it. So thanks for having me on and carry on with the video. Enjoy.
So while Dion has been talking, I've been trying to find the gecko, but I believe it's in that cork tube.
Alright, so there you go. I managed to get a good shot for you guys right here. She's in her cork round right there, which is a very good hiding spot for her. She's very, very pretty. She's pretty shy, of course, because we got her yesterday and we don't want to stress her out with anything, so we're gonna leave her there. But I really wanted to show you guys this beautiful terrarium that we made for her. Absolutely beautiful enclosure that we built for this beautiful little girl. And we don't have a name for her yet, so if you guys want to drop some suggestions in the comments for some names for this beautiful little girl, I would love to read your suggestions. As many of you know, tokay geckos are nocturnal, which means that I might be able to get some better footage if I come back tonight, which I'll obviously do at the end of the video, as you know. But I did say I wanted to talk about some positivity today, so that's what we're gonna do right now. This hobby can be a pretty toxic place. Let's not kid ourselves here. Whether you're scrolling through comments on Facebook, or comments on YouTube, or comments pretty much anywhere, maybe the internet is the problem, but that's besides the point. But there does seem to be a lot of people who struggle with the concept of constructive criticism. You know, which is the concept of giving your criticisms without actually demonizing the person that does the thing that you're critiquing, right? And not making them feel like complete idiots, right? Because they're doing something that is not the same that you would do it, right? All of those things are kind of missing from our industry, to be honest. And that's not good, man. Seriously, like, some of these people are just trying to learn, right? And I see tons of groups on Facebook posts of just people trying to learn about how to take care of their stuff correctly. And people are just dropping the insults and all of the freaking words and the unqualified and the you shouldn't be keeping this and all that stuff, right? When the person didn't have to do that post in that group and get demonized. They chose to go and do the post so that they could get some advice back. And you're not giving advice, you're just bashing them openly. I don't think that's doing anything at all, to be honest, other than just wasting everybody's time. Like many people on these groups would say that Savannah monitors are absolutely terrible pets. Now look at this Savannah monitor right here. His name is Edgar and he's the best. He's just so great. We watch movies with the guy. He stays out with us and he cuddles with us on the couch and stuff. He loves his hugs. Yeah, he's the best. Mwah. He loves us, and we love him, and he's fantastic, even though he's a savanna monitor. And that might mean that this is a special animal, and I'm not denying that, but it also means that you're slightly wrong and not everything fits into one answer. Savanna monitors are not all bad. Green iguanas are not all mean, although they are quite territorial, so I'm gonna put her back. Ow. Nile monitors aren't all terrible. In fact, they can be pretty great. And sulcata tortoises, they still don't eat veggies, they eat hay. Some things never change, you know, you gotta be aware of that. But there's so many things that are being disputed on forums and on Reddit and on Facebook and in the comment section on YouTube. Like, people just need to freaking stop. There's enough videos on YouTube to educate anybody over the right practices for reptiles. Why don't you just drop a link to a video from a creator that you trust, that gives the right information? That's what we're here for. We make the general correct information that's online accessible to the public via YouTube videos and things that are educational but also fun. So why don't you just drop a link, you know? Like, there's so many Adam Wickens and so many Clint Reptiles and so many people that do educational content correctly that can point you towards the right information. You don't have to bash somebody. What, because they put the wrong substrate for their bearded dragon? Like, I understand it's not good. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm pretty sure that there's 20,000 nice ways to show somebody a link to a video that might educate them for real instead of reading your rant in Facebook comments. Alright, now I don't want to focus on the negative because of course, that's not what we wanted to do in this video. We wanted to talk about positive. So how do we fix these problems? Well, one of the best ways is through video collaborations between different creators and video creation events like AnimalCon, like Reptile Expos, like the Snake Discovery Build-Off, or even smaller reptile collaboration events like what we did at Monarch Reptiles a few weeks ago, where they generously invited us to go spend the day and film and take a bunch of footage of their animals for our channels. But it's not just good for our channel, guys, it's also good for their store because it's free publicity. Do you understand? It's a win-win for everybody. So if you're interested in content creation, go to your nearest reptile store and ask them if you can film a video in their place. I'm sure they'll say yes. It's free publicity to them. If they're half smart, they'll say yes. And you can have the chance to interact with some species that you don't even own, where you can make some videos about them and inform people about them. Now, for an up-and-coming YouTuber, that's a really killer first video, by the way. And maybe you don't want to be a content creator. You don't have to. But if you do, I might have a video coming up next week about that. Hint, hint. But I guess the general point of what I'm trying to say here is community and unity is the #1 way to get through anything. Whether it's Facebook comments or toxicity or negativity, or even like as far as like reptile bans and stuff, like we need to unite together in order to face that stuff, because together we're really strong and we're able to face all these challenges as the reptile community, you know? Like, we're a pretty special bunch of people if you take the time to think about it for a second. We are people that consider it normal to keep basically dinosaurs in our house. So whether or not you agree with the use of their substrate or not, don't you see that it's at least a positive thing that this person also chooses to freaking keep reptiles in their house just like you, and that you're also in the same hobby, and that this person doesn't find it weird that you own an iguana? Like, at some point you gotta realize that we're all the same, right? And these people still have the best intentions. Like, you have to realize that nobody does the wrong choice when it comes to husbandry for just pleasure. They do it because they're misinformed. And as far as I'm concerned, being misinformed is not a freaking crime. Okay, that was my rant for today. Let's cue to the tonight montage of this tokay gecko that is still hidden.
One eternity later.
Okay, so it's the middle of the night, and we're gonna go check out. We're gonna check if we can see this tokay gecko. Actually, I have a flashlight right here. We're gonna use it to try to see this tokay gecko. Oh my god, she's right there. Oh my god, look. This beautiful animal right there. That is a beautiful female. Not much longer than what my hand is wide, but it is a very pretty girl. Look at those colors. Then I'm gonna try to get the light on her so you can see the colors. Look at this gorgeous animal. Oh my god. If you have ideas for a name for her, please drop them down in the comments. I would love to hear your suggestions. She is so pretty, isn't she? Hi, you. Aren't you the cutest little girl I've ever seen? Hello. Now she's obviously kind of nervous, of course, but it's just so awesome to see her out. Wow. I am lucky, and you guys are lucky as well. This actually took 2 nights. I tried last night. I got it twice, 2 times in the night, and I wasn't able to see her. She was still in her court round, but she's out and about and exploring. And there's a couple of little bugs in the enclosure from when I fed her a couple days ago. So she's still probably hunting those. There was like 5-6 crickets and like 2 silkworms. So. But I would really like to thank Dion from Artiliadis from the bottom of my heart for this beautiful animal that is just so cool. I cannot wait to see her grow up and, you know, tame her and all that stuff. We're gonna video all of that process and it's going to be awesome. You guys are not ready to see how tame we can get this animal. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.
Thank you so much for checking out this video, everybody. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button, and if you really loved it, why don't you subscribe? It's free, you know?